Good morning, Beaks. We are about to leave the pilot station on our last day in Tasmania. We are off to Deloraine via some twisty roads, and we will be stopping there for breakfast, lunch, before we head to the Spirit.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may. Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old lives. And my crooked little heart that seems so rebellious is falling apart right now. I'm bleeding, an easy kill, gonna leave it all behind. I think it's time for me to go, burn all
Well, thanks Deloraine for a wonderful breakfast. It was a really cute cafe, a few things on offer for those of us who are gluten-free. Very tasty, easy to spend quite a lot of time there. And let's face it, today we've got a lot of time to waste in between leaving Lowhead Pilot Station and checking in at the ferry at Devonport. And I think the earliest time for check-in is something like 4:30. Which means that we'll be waiting in the car park for some time if we get there too early, which is never a good idea. And so we're trying to fill in the time in between. And there are one or two places, it's a bit out of season for some of the more touristy locations, such as the Big Cherry and the cherry farms, and probably the honey sales as well. But Deloraine is very pretty, but it's got shops, so apart from shopping and some old architecture, I haven't really researched what it has on offer. We're trying to find a specific road in between Deloraine and Sheffield, which is really sort of out there regarding the twisties. It's quite steep getting up and quite steep coming down, so that's the one we're trying to find, and it is before Sheffield, so there might be a bit of argy-bargy, if you like, on the GPS so that we get on the right road. The Spirit of Tasmania travels between the Victorian city of Geelong and the city of Devonport in Tasmania. It used to go between Melbourne Docks and Devonport, but they changed it, I think, possibly for port fees. I'm not quite sure, or because the berthing was larger, although I'm not quite sure if that's true either, because they've just commissioned some new ferries and I don't think the port of Geelong is deep enough to take them. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, you book the seats online and you book your vehicle at the same time for both directions. I think an airline style of seat on one of the decks comes with the booking, so that's free, and you can recline in one of those seats if you're on an overnight trip, and I assume it's available to you on a daytime trip as well, although I've never done it during the day. I've always done it overnight. I can't comment on what those seats are like because I've never actually sat in one. I've always gone for the cabin option. So the cabins can hold 4 people in bunks, but if your booking has 2 people on it, you don't have to share, and I assume it's the same for 1 or 3, so they're not going to stick some random person in the cabin with you. The cabins have showers, as you may have seen in my earlier video when we came across to Tasmania, and they're pretty comfortable. The only downside is you have to go to bed really early because the ship docks really early, and of course you're thrown off with nothing else to do except travel slowly till you get a cafe which is open. But it's a really good ferry, and it's a really good overnight trip. As long as the Tasman Strait, of course, isn't too wild. As you can see, we've arrived at the ferry. I'm not going to film too much from here because you all saw it in one of the first episodes, boarding the ferry. So there's no point in doing the same footage but in reverse. We've made it to the Spirit of Tasmania on our way back to Geelong. Sadly, the GoPro's had a bit of an accident, and when the bike fell yesterday, so did the GoPro, so it's even more unreliable than usual. So I didn't get any footage of us riding onto the ferry. Hopefully I'll get some footage riding off it in the morning. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you long time.